Welcome to Take 5, a podcast brought to you by Newleaf Training and Development. Each edition is an inspiring interview with a leader worth listening to. Enjoy!
Hi there, I'm Mark Griffiths, one of the client partners at Newleaf Training and Development, and I'm joined today by Roger Lear, who in addition to being a very good friend of mine and a massive presence in the Central Florida community, is also president at orlandojobs.com and a whole bunch of other websites, which I'm sure we'll be sharing with you shortly. Roger, for 19 years now, Newleaf Training and Development have focused on our core purpose of helping people and organizations better manage themselves, lead others, and grow business acumen. What are your recommended best practices to help people and organizations be their best? But please do start by telling us a little bit more about what you do and who you serve.
Sure, man. That is a nice introduction there. Thank you. No, I have been fortunate enough to start job boards over the years, as well as executive search firms and whatnot. But everything that I do is in talent acquisition, and I'm really interested in the technology behind talent acquisition. And that's why we started our first website that I started was greatinsurancejobs.com. And that somehow is turning 25 years old next year, and utilized some of the technology from that to start Orlando Jobs, which just turned 20 years old. And been going along doing that as well as staffing in the insurance industry mostly. But just recently, within the last 7 or 8 months, I have been a guy that has always wanted to branch out and build these businesses a little bit differently. So I've started what's called the Florida Talent Network and the Insurance Talent Network, and all that is using a lot of technology to bring together some just amazing sites like Orlando Jobs, Tampa Bay Jobs, Miami Jobs, Tallahassee Jobs, Fort Myers Jobs. Just got Space Coast Jobs too, which is fantastic. But it puts it all into one network. So people that are traveling around the state can go work anywhere, can connect to employers. There's no logins, there's no data collection, there's no nothing, because we know that's a major issue with job boards. You have to give away your children to apply to a job, and you get just hammered by stuff that makes no sense whatsoever. So we're excited about that. And we're doing the same in the insurance industry with Great Insurance Jobs, claims jobs, underwriting jobs, insurance sales jobs, a couple others as well. So, but no, for an organization, the biggest challenge in organizations, and I would say I've learned more since COVID than anything because of all the change that was required. And the change not just to the remote and to all the technology. It's funny, we're using Zoom today. We probably wouldn't be doing this before COVID, and this Zoom and connecting to your clients and your own staff is technology-wise has been amazing, and you can use it for a lot of great things and so forth. The workforce place has changed, remote, hybrid, whatever the case might be, and so forth. But in all of it, the biggest change that took place is the fact that people have changed their direction in the way they want to work. And they don't look at a 9 to 5 workday the same way as just 10 years ago. And it doesn't mean that they're not lazy or they're just trying to collect a paycheck and do no money or no work or whatever the case might be. What it does mean is there's a cry to change the way you can be really successful as a business by idolizing and understanding someone's strengths versus their weaknesses. And this is where some of the things, especially in the last couple of years, I've had to take a really good hard look at and change the direction of some people's careers only because they weren't in the right seat. And it didn't give them the opportunity to really spread their wings because they were the word quiet quitting is the greatest term of all time
Yeah.
because people have been doing it for years. But when a person's not energized in what they do, but they do a good enough job. A lot of leaders look the other way.
Mm,
And I think COVID and the all that transition that took place made me look and say, hey, I got to get people in better seats. I got to figure out how I can support them as much as they can support the business. And what has happened is it's given, not everybody buys in on it when you give them a lot of freedom and so forth. But the ones that do, you actually find that their production level goes up.
mm,
And then they're filled with gratitude because they do know that they have a lot of opportunity, not only internally to be great at what they do, but they also know that their employer has their back.
mm,
And when you can put that workplace together, I believe it rises all ships. It's not easy though, and but it's not hard either. It's really what we're seeing, and I've gone in other companies too, is there's that generational gap, right? And I'm an older person. And I've got people that are in their 20s working for me, right? And how do you connect to those individuals? Well, you read a lot on how to do that, and
mm, mm,
you learn a lot. But they do. There's just a different philosophy, a different style, and but the thing across all generations is if they're in a position that they want to be in, they're going to do much better than putting them in something that they don't want to do. And I always give this example as I had a digital person that did amazing digital work, but they also had to post and tag and do all the other things that are involved with that. And um, they left the organization, and it was
mm,
a massive loss to us. And the reason they lost, and they kept telling, hey, I can't stand doing the admin part.
mm,
I want to create, but I don't want to post. I don't want to do analytics. I don't want to do any of that stuff. And it was a crazy wake up call because that was that position. I mean, and it's been that position for years, right? And that was a really good example. Now you get the person that lives for analytics, and you get that person that lives to build out a campaign, to drive traffic to your products or your services or whatever. And it makes all the difference in the world. So.
mm.
But I think I really do believe that to rise your business, it's just putting the right people in the right seats. And I know that's people have been saying that for years, but I think it's gotten a lot more difficult to do that because then it requires also trying to fit them in as well, so it can work with whatever they believe in this world that we live in today. That's a lot different than it was just a few years ago. And it can be done. It really can. There's a lot of great people out there. A lot of great people. So there you go, Mark.
No, honestly, if it was to summarize this in one word, it would be fascinating. And Roger, I knew it would be. And there's so many rabbit holes I wish we could disappear down, explore further. But to be respectful of time, we are called Take Five, so we are going to sign off. And just a reminder for all of our subscribers to keep an eye on the events page of our website for the professional development opportunities we offer on a regular basis. Roger, thank you. Have a wonderful rest of the day.
All righty, man. Thank you.
I hope you found that interview useful, and if you did, feel free to rate, review, and share this podcast. We'll be back next week with another episode, and we also invite you to check out our other weekly podcast, Going the Extra Mile, which is sure to lift your spirit and encourage you in today's working world. Bye for now.